Hi again folks, how's all doing? Okay, welcome to the third instalment of Express Service. I'd imagine these videos will vary a bit. Sometimes they'll just be, kind of a short recap on what I did to a locomotive, a bit like the last video. And other times they'll be a bit more involved. It'll just depend on the locomotive, what the problem is, and what sort of time availability I've got. So anyway, today I'm going to look at these two old Hornby HSTs that were sent to me by David and his son Ewan. Ewan wants these serviced, new brushes fitted, and he also wants the wiring checked out. So we shall do all that. Let's just give them a wee test first, see what happens. We'll try the one just outside the shed first. There it goes. It's a wee bit rough sounding. It's taking a bit of power to make it pull away. Yeah, good service will sort that, I think. Flick that point. What's the other one like? Much quieter. Yeah, that one seems okay. Right, we'll get them off to the bench and we'll have a look. Okay, so this has been an express service video. I'm not going to really show you me doing the servicing on these or any repairs, but I thought we'd let you see me opening them up, so you get to see what I see as I open them up, because it might be a wee surprise, you never know. So, quick look at them. Yeah, this one's a bit more yellow than this one, or this one's a bit more orange than that one, whichever way you want. This one is made in China, and this one is made in Great Britain. They're both a bit play-worn. This one doesn't have any cab interior. I think I've got a spare one actually, so we can sort that. But yeah, they both run, but one of them, can't remember which one it was, doesn't run too well, and the other one seems to run fine. So a wee service, and I think these will be right as rain. But let's have a look at this one first. Looking at the clip at the back there, and yeah, on that one as well, it looks like these have been under the knife before, more than once. You don't need to open these up to service them, you can just remove the bogie, but because I've got to check the wiring on these as well, we will open them up. I prefer to just get a screwdriver in there and do that. There we go. Come on, it's not coming out at the front. There we go. Okie dokie. Yeah. Yeah. So that's not connected to anything. So both black wires are to the left, red wires are to the right. There's a lot of fluffage. There's a pickup out of position there. That wants to be connected to that. So we'll service the motor and we'll sort the wiring out on that one and give it some new brushes as requested. Let's see what's inside this one. That came apart a bit easier. Oh my. Ooh. That's a what's it connection? I can't remember what you call them. You see, that's why it's quite good to show you opening these up. You just never know what you're going to get. I can't remember for the life of me. I can't remember what these are. These are called. Somebody will know in the comments. I should know what they're called. Open them up and then pull the wires out. So, yeah, why not? Okay. So yeah, the wiring's a mess, and again we'll service the motor. Okie dokie. I know what I'm doing with them. I'm going to go and take the dogs out and have a spot of lunch, and then I'll come back and we'll get these sorted, and I'll come back to you when they're all done to let you see what I've done. Okay, so a wee while later, I've got these two HSTs all sorted out. We'll have a look at the yellow one. I'm calling them the yellow one and the orange one. The orange one is the made in Great Britain one. This one was a fairly straightforward service. Yeah, the brushes were pretty worn, So it got full service, some new brushes. I've connected the red wire up to the motor block there, and everything else was fine. Cleaned up the front bogie, which had some serious fluffage, and I fitted a replacement cab interior, which was missing, and it runs absolutely fine now. So we'll just pop that back in. So I put a replacement cab in for this. I had spare, however, it won't fit. This made in China one has a ridge along this piece here. You can see between the contacts for the light, there's a ridge of plastic, which is not present on the made in Great Britain one. There's no ridge. And when you fit the cab interior, it doesn't fit into the body. That's why there is no cab interior on this. So I'll just have to leave it like that. Clearly the cab interior for the made in China one must be slightly different, and I don't have one, so we'll just leave it without the interior. But yeah, never come across that before. So without the cab interior, this goes in absolutely fine, but with it I just couldn't get it to fit at the front. So it's that one. The other one now, unfortunately with this one, I've sorted the wiring out. That was no big issue. I got rid of this whatever you call them, spring clip connector, whatever they are. I've heard electricians call these something, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I've sorted the wiring out, but the motor casing, the spindles were just too worn, and this would never run very well. And that was the state of the brushes that were in the motor. I've never seen brushes as worn down as that. But that was kind of immaterial because the motor was done just at the end of its life. It needed a new motor casing. I didn't really have one spare. I did have this motor spare, so I've just swapped the motor. I didn't see much point in taking the old motor, completely apart and taking this one apart and then put them all back together. I've just swapped the motor, and I'd serviced this motor in the past, so Ewan's going to get a free new motor for his HST. I don't mind giving a few things away sometimes. I get lots of things donated to me, so I don't mind, paying back a little bit now and again, just giving out a wee freebie now and again. Right, okay, we'll get the body on this one. So I really didn't do any servicing to this, just swapped the motor, sorted the wiring out, cleaned the front bogie because it was a right mess. And yeah, it'll be fine. Right, this should go together fine. Hopefully. There we go. Right, we'll stick these on the test track, make sure they work, and that the lights work. Okay, made in China one first, power on. There we go. Now the other one. Yeah, they seem fine. And I forgot to mention that the one I swapped the motor on, I had to swap the bogie frames over because the replacement had a magnetic coupling that I'd fitted. So that's Ewan's original bogie frame, but the rest of the motor has been replaced. Right, so that's these two HSTs sorted out. I'll go and give them a wee run on the layout. Right, so that's these two Hornby HST power cars sorted out for David and Ewan. Interesting seeing the very slight difference between the Made in China model and the Made in Britain one. You'd think the mouldings would have been the same, but apparently not. Yeah, it was a shame the motor casing on the Made in Britain one was a write-off. The model had clearly done some serious mileage, and if you don't service a model, make sure it's lubricated properly. That's what happens. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the dangers of under-lubricating are way worse than over-lubricating. Anyway, these both run okay now, so I shall get them packed up and sent back to David and Ewan. Okay folks, catch yous later.
They have taken the bait. They admit they need an investor to proceed. Just let me know when to arrange the meeting.
Excellent, Tanya. I will be in touch soon.